Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. Today I wanted to take the time to cover the ultimate sweaty MoP pre-patch guide for you guys. Just all the real nitty-gritty min-maxing tips that you can go to truly get ahead. And these tips are quite extreme to the levels you could take this. And, you know, you really could go as far as you want with these. And some of them are very obnoxious grinds. And you could go, obviously, as many characters and so on you want to do it. But that you really only need to do it on the main character that you are going very hard with. So the very first tip I have for you guys is going to be leveling your Toons to 85, and this is so you can be ready to play any class you want. As you can see, I've completed this goal. The only things I have left is the Shaman, which is going to be a Panda that I'm going to level, and then my Monk, which I will boost to 85 the moment the pre-patch is live, so I can get my use my sod boost with that as well. So I'm just going to be leveling a Panda and having that for pre-patch. Then the most important thing is that Pandas are very good at a few special things. So we're over here on the beta just to show you the Pandaren thing and what makes them good. So honestly, most of their racials are whatever. Like Inner Peace for twice as much rested XP is very nice. The Paralyzed CC is really good as an active ability, but what's really OP is increased benefits from eating food. So that food buff is best, and what makes it so good is in MoP the food bonuses are 300 agility, 300 intellect, 300 strength. So those stats, while they don't beat Troll for maximum optimal DPS, they are great for healers because healers will now have a CC as well as they're going to be able to bust that. So if you plan on maining a healer, you should really consider Pandaren, and they can be a monk, a shaman, a priest, and the only thing they can't be is druid and paladin, and so that makes them really good for those classes and rotations. It's also really good for casters that if you are alliance and can't be a troll, but troll beats them just very slightly if you're playing it perfectly, and the only thing a troll can't be is a paladin, unfortunately. So it's just something to consider if you're maining a healer, but pandas can be really overpowered for that. Then what I want to talk about next is going back to the other version of the game and talking about the classes that you're going to want to make and focus and go after. So like I said, all my Toons are level 85, and you want to prep their professions. Prepping their professions will be very good for you, and it allows you to make a ton of gold and make them ready to go the moment MoP comes out. So every single character you see here has tailoring, and their tailoring is level 500. The reason for that is because you don't need to get to 525 when leveling these professions, because you will be able to use the entry level MoP. So like example for tailoring, I'll be able to make bolts of wind wool cloth from those tailors, and it will give them the free 25 levels, and you are going to need so many bolts, and there's usually something for every profession that is like that. Mining, you'll be smelting the bars, and then there's usually an easy blacksmithing recipe, or an engineering, like handfuls of bolts, stuff like that. That is really easy, and it'll stay orange until you get that previous expansion's max level. So you only need to go to 500. There's no reason to go to 525 other than achievements, as well as getting making max level kata recipes, which you'll have really no reason to do that. Then the next sweaty tip that you guys are going to want to do is make sure whatever characters you're maining, or you can do it for all of them if you really want to, is make sure you have 4k honor and 4k justice points. So if you don't know, all of your Conquest and Valor for this season gets converted, and you will not be able to earn Conquest and Valor into the next season of MoP, but there's not really much time for you guys to get that much Valor. Pre-patch is dropping imminently. You would have had to prepare for this months ago to really get a ton of gold out of it. But anyway, capping your honor at 4k and your justice at 4k allows you to go into the beta, and from there you're able to go and get some really awesome rewards. So I'm going to hop over to the beta and show you what I mean by that and why it could be so dang important. So we are right here in Town Long Steps. Now this is the two vendor locations. The Conquest and Honor Master is over here. It is phased, so you do have to do like the entry level to this area in order to see it. I flew over there and I couldn't find the vendors there. They just weren't there. The PvE one is here at Nazu Temple, all the way up here at the top point. It's just a Justice and Valor Quartermaster. And what makes these really important is you're able to buy 458 gear with those justice points. As you can see, 2,200, that could get you a really powerful chest. It could get you 2 rings. It could get you a cloak. You could buy gloves and legs for exactly 4,000 justice points, which is really good too, and probably your best value is gloves and legs. But you also could buy, 2 rings, and you could also get maybe a neck piece. The sky's the limit with it and what you could buy or need. There's also 2 really good trinkets that you could also buy here with those as well. But they're 458 eye level pieces, which are just below heroic. And then you can even buy a pet battle stone if you really wanted to. But, to each their own with that, and what you want to do with that is more up to you or not. Then that brings us to our next tip, and that is going to be saving 25 daily quests, which I'll hop over to the live server and show you what I mean by that. Voop. So we are here at Barradin Hold, and we are at the middle of the fight. Obviously, the battle timer would be the only thing that would throw this off, but you can come here and you can get up to 12 quests right here, as you can see, for daily quests that you can turn in, and then you can get 6 at the island as well. So my idea would be to get 12 here, and then that's a total of 18 quests, and then the other quest that you can get is going to be at the Molten Front. So in order to do the Molten Front, you need to do this Call of the Ancients Hyjal, and you need to assist all 4 of these elemental lords to open Hyjal in the Molten Front. And so just do this pre-quest. It's obnoxious, but you can go and level it up and go there and do that. You just have to go to each of the people and go and do it, and then once you have assisted all 4 of them, you can open up the Molten Front and go into that daily zone. Doing the dailies there will allow you to get even more quests. So then that is a very easy 25 quests at 2 little central hubs that you can stop by, drop it off, and earn some really good XP for the time that you are able to do. It is not very hard, and it is quite simple for people to do. And then, so that brings us to our final thing, and that is make a leveling plan, guys. Familiarize yourself with it. Go out there, find, get the PTR, get the beta, get every aspect you can. They've sent out lots of beta invites. You can definitely get onto the beta, and you can go test it out, see for yourself, learn the quests, familiarize yourself with how to level. And, if you're going to go into a group, if you're going to solo, if you're going to dungeon grind, if you're going to do anything really, like whatever you want to do and how you're going to level, make that a plan. Familiarize yourself with that. Get out there and go do it beforehand, so that way when the patch actually drops, you're not just out there doing whatever, having no idea about a lot of these things. So I really think that could be very, very beneficial for you. And an important thing is reps are so important in Mists of Pandaria beta, and being able to get those bind on account talismans for a rep at Revered or Honored, depending on the faction, is so nice, because it allows you to get a ton of reputation for those main reps, for all of your ults, all your other characters, everyone that's coming after. And if you're going after recipes, goals, anything like that, it is a godsend in Mists of Pandaria to have that. So doing quests, getting those reps, hitting 90 as fast as possible, and getting that stuff is really important. That's where a leveling plan is key. So with that's pretty much all I got, guys. To min max it, be as sweaty as possible, go make your gold, go do whatever you have to, have a nice chunk of change going in there, of course. And these are just some of the really nitty gritty sweaty tips that can get you really ahead of people getting after it. And then obviously cancel all IRL responsibilities for July 1st, for the first 2 weeks, because, we're WoW players. Our vacations are playing WoW. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Peace. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.